Welcome everybody to the second Gauntlet video. Seems as I managed to reach the 250 subscriber milestone, so I feel it's about time to subject myself to some more challenges. This time we've got a whole new set of challenges to compete with, alongside some other older challenges from the very first Gauntlet. For feat number 4, we have Super Meat Boy's Warpzone for the Kid. Before we start the video, I feel like I should explain the stipulations of each challenge, since I didn't really do that last time. We're Super Meat Boy here. It's pretty simple. We're just beating the kid. It's pretty simple here. We're just beating the kid's warp zone. And if I have enough time remaining, if I do beat it within the hour, I can get some bonus points by beating 720X again. I've also extended the time limit for completion to an hour instead of 30 minutes, because some of these challenges are very, very unlikely to be completed in half an hour. And last off, if you want some more in-depth commentary for each challenge, feel free to check out the separate video in the Gauntlet playlist. That should about cover everything, so we'll just jump right to the countdown. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Super Meat Boy! It's your favorite video game that I've played multiple times. And multiple times I have played it. And I do have a video. I could edit that together and upload it at some point. I've got a PB, which was pretty crazy what happened, but if the game does crash at some point, then whatever happens, happens. Hope it doesn't crash during the cutscene skip, otherwise that'd be stupid. So, 3, 2, 1, go! Time for the warp zone. So for those of you who don't know, the kid is from this little indie game known as I Wanna Be the Guy. And I Wanna Be the Guy is known for being one of the toughest games, indie games to be, like, indie platformers at least, with an overabundance of spikes and a large amount of you died situations. So you could kind of think of it as the Dark Souls of platformers, but then again, that meme has pretty much died out and I hate it still. So I feel like this would be a much more apt challenge than 720X, because this is actually something I genuinely have a lot of trouble with, especially the second segment of this level. That is the truly bullshit part of this stage, because it's, well, we'll see it in a few moments if I do beat it, but oh well. And as per the norm for these Gauntlet videos, it's time to divulge into the fact about the previous Gauntlet. And this time, actually, I could just say off the bat that when writing down facts for the Gauntlet, I actually ended up writing down 10 facts, but then I realized that these two that I'm about to talk about here are very similar in kind of tone and all that, but so I decided to merge them into one. So the first part of it would be, as some of you may know, the second Gauntlet video feed for the very first one was Super Mario Maker's Megalovania level. And the reason why it is that is because I actually had planned to play the actual Megalovania boss battle with Sans in Undertale. But I realized very quickly into that video that it wasn't really that entertaining, plus it wouldn't be really getting anywhere with that initial Gauntlet, so I decided to scrap it and go for the Megalovania level in Super Mario Maker. And as we all know, it's still a level I haven't beaten. Well, maybe not all know, but still, it's a level I haven't beaten still, and probably will not ever beat, unless someone remakes it for Mario Maker 2, but he does. And the second fact involves, well, this Gauntlet, and that I initially had plans to do the Simpsons Hit and Run in this Gauntlet, with doing Set to Kill. But I then decided against it because it would just seem a little bit strange to have Set to Kill be amongst all this other stuff. Plus there's another fact later on that divulges into things, but that was stupid right there. I can't believe it. So yeah, this specific section of the level is the annoying part for me, because it's auto-scrolling, and you need to know exactly when to run to each side and avoid the spikes. And the spike hitboxes are both very small and very precise, so you can't even like hesitate once while dodging up. It's the thin platforms there as well as the other platforms that rise up, which is the truly annoying stuff. But hey, if you didn't know how the kid functions, the kid has a double jump like he does in his home game. Plus, he's also very fast. He's pretty much what you could consider the de facto replacement for Meat Boy himself in this game, providing you actually do unlock him, which means you need to beat this warp zone. So, good luck to those of you that are trying this still, up to this year, but still. Also, let us not forget that this is the Switch version, or later releases of Super Meat Boy, so it doesn't have the nice Danny B soundtrack, instead it has a bunch of other stuff, and there is one thing I do miss about the original version, is the Danny B soundtrack is actually pretty good. I actually have the soundtrack itself on iTunes, I think it was either I actually bought it outright, or there was some kind of I think it was like a download code with the physical version of Super Meat Boy that I have. I don't know. It's not like I remember, it's been so long since I've really thought about it, but still, the Danny B soundtrack is pretty good. Yeah. Death count's gonna be fun for this one. I mean, all I can technically count is all the fades to black and all that, but it's all about just really getting to the end of this level, which, once I get to the end of this level, the level after this is relatively a cakewalk. Yeah. I'd be surprised if I do end up getting to the hour just on this one level alone, because that'd be silly, but there's the reason why I have the extra time thing, because, well, this game is actually fairly fast in and of itself, so if I manage to beat this stage, then that's fine by me. And here we go. Get to those points, ladies and gentlemen, where there's nothing happening, except there is things happening, but I feel like there's nothing happening because I can't speak. I'm too bad at this. Like, I don't even know if I need to, like, run for most of these. I think I do need to run for, like, the majority of these things, but hey. I'm sure, I think I've seen shortcuts where people have wall jumped up the sides of these and also gone down the sides from the walls. Do. Okay. Now this part's the tricky. Yoy, 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 yoy. Oh, my dude, yes! So yeah, this part is actually relatively simple in comparison, because all you need is more timing than you can really feel about. And it's just, it's very simple. And it might still end up getting me because, well, as you can see right here, it's not like it's been a long time since I've really tried to beat this warp zone, because once you've done it once, what's the point of really going back to it? But hey, it's the thought that counts. I'm gonna let the cutscene play out if I do reach Bandage Girl, because then it'll make it easier editing to sync out, because it's gonna end when, well, in editing for the Gauntlet itself, it's going to probably end when Bandage Girl, or it fades out from Bandage Girl, the cutscene starts, and it will immediately kick back in with the 720X part. But it's a case of whether or not I can actually make it to the other side, which just isn't that bad, relatively, for Super Meat Boy, that is. And I do this, no, okay. Actually, I think I can actually make it the full way, but I'm not too sure. Again, it has been quite a while, but I know this level like the palm of my hand, because it has been such a while, and how memorable this specific warp zone is. It's silly. And I'm surprised I'm at this point. No, there was no way I was going to make that. I was too... Kid's still too slow for these wall of spikes. No. For some reason, I'm not pressing the double jump button as quickly as I should be. And there's still a platform that I need to do in this challenge anyway, or in this Gauntlet video. Nope. There we go. I had this part at the top here. Nah. Nipped at the end. How dare I? Oh. Okay, that was of my own accord there. That was silly. It's very silly. Yeah, I suppose I can still give the random updates because I feel like I can. Today, right now, is the 9th of April, so it's a day after Stormy Ascent's being recorded, and, well, I used to turn trilogies out, and it's fun. I do like it. It's hard, and I love the improvements they made to the all of the stuff. I've only played so far into Turnabout Sisters. I know it's a bit too few of playtime to really get into it, but still, it is decent and it's a good purchase myself. But I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm really trying to say here. I'm just saying that Ace Attorney, if you haven't played it or seen much of it, no, then you can go pick up the trilogy, which is out by now. But hey, and I suppose some other things about this is actually there isn't really much else I can really say. No, I don't know what I'm planning, but I can just try and beat the kid. I know it may seem stupid that I've taken so many lives on this one part when I said it was the easier part compared to the other thing. But hey, that's what they call hubris. Or is it something else that I can't think of a word for? It's probably hubris, but I'm not the best with words, even if I do like to learn about words, like assertiveness and cognitive and other kind of fancy words that are nice to the sounding ears. Incongruent, that was another one. Oh, jeez. It's funny, really, but okay. Wow, this kid is a bad kid. He's never going to be the guy at this rate. Unless he is already... Actually, no. It might technically just be that he's already the guy at this point. I mean, we could have watched the opening cutscene, but all that happens is Meat Boy falls into the world where he sees Bandage Girl, but then suddenly he and the kid get hit by apples. And, that's sad. It's a shame that the apples didn't make it into the level pack here, but hey. I mean, yeah, you could technically call it a level pack, but hey. I know that there's a thing in the Steam version called the Kid's Xmas, and that there's, achievements related to that on Steam, obviously, but no thank you. I want to survive my life without going through something like that. That was close. Jump. No! Clipped by the spikes. It seemed like, just for a few moments there, I don't know why I thought this, but it seemed like those spikes above Bandage Girl right now were just a little bit, jutting down, just a little bit lower than the others, so it was like a trap I fell into. But no, it seems like they're all on the same level, which is fine. Jump like that. Oh! This is the thing, it's just, I need to pay attention to when I'm moving and when I should go. Oh, that might be too late. Ah, yeah, too late. So just adjusting myself back onto the beanbag is fine. We spent how many minutes beating the first two parts of this level, and now we're stuck on this part. Don't get stuck on this part for the last hour. Ow, that'd be stupid. Ooh. Okay, no. I mean, this new soundtrack with what was it? I can't remember. Ridiculon, I think, did something, and then there's some other guy that was notable for something, and then also Laura Shigihara that worked on the soundtrack. They did a good job. I like what they've done, but I think I've already talked about this in that other PB video that I was talking about earlier on, but I don't know, really. Like, I'll just have to have the time later on to actually get everything done and edit some more videos that are natural and not Misery Mondays related. Because, well, to spoil the spoil, the technicalities of the series is that it's actually fully done now. But there's still episodes of me reading the light novel that comes with it, Danganronpa If, as well as doing island mode for a couple of parts. And I know I'm not going to completely max out everyone's hope fragments during that series because that would take way too long. We'd probably get bored by the end of it, the both of us. So I'm going to leave it as a couple of parts, and however long it will take to do the things that I have planned to do with that school mode. Or island mode, I'm sorry. It's like I've played Danganronpa 1 first and been aware of the school mode in it beforehand, or something like that. I don't know, no, the kid was just too slow. I mean, the kid's decently fast, but I've already said that these platforms are just too fast for him. Jump. Whee! Reminds me of the breakdown speedrun from Awesome Games Done Quick 2012, where he beats all of this Warpzone in one life, and I really appreciate that guy for being as cool as he is, because I can't remember what the exact amount of deaths he suffered for the whole run, but I think a lot of them were due to farming for glitch bandage girls, which I needed for the 106% that he was going for. And actually, I think it was in the 300s that he got to, which, very commendable. It's not like I checked the death count beforehand, so I can't just cheap out and be like, yo, I can use this death count. No, had to do it manually because I'm a fool like that. I didn't really think about it. Jesus. Come on, Joshua, this is an easy thing. Easy relatively. I keep saying this. But I think it is pretty much going to be the hubris at this point. That might be it. No! No, too early for that one. I mean, this is a very different kettle of fish when compared to Stormy Ascent, because Stormy Ascent requires patience and precision to know exactly when to go and what to do. And the Super Meat Boy is about going quick and getting things done quickly. No. Should have stayed put in that second area. Like that, except don't die. Come on, Joshua. It's been what, 17 minutes? I think I see 17 out the corner of my eye. It might be 7 even. No, 17, I'm correct. It's just this one thing. Damn, son. Yes, at least it isn't the 5 minutes of 720X again. Because that was a bit silly. Oh! That was me panicking there. So, it's all my fault, like always. Damn. I can't believe myself. Getting the... It's like a Let's Play curse, except this isn't a Let's Play. Like, Jesus H. Crumble. Of course, the toughest part for me gets done quickly, and the relatively easier part gets a lot of trouble thrown its way. Dumb ass. We already made it. Ooh. I mean, we already almost made it, is what I meant. Ooh. Do. No. I thought I could stay in the air long enough to make it through quickly. Wait. No. That was not most exciting, that one. I had to be quiet just to be sure that I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it. But then again, I always think, is there anything I can really else go into in terms of in-depth commentary about Super Meat Boy other than you can hold the triggers to jump up? No. You can hold the triggers to run, and you can increase your speed by that. And you can also wardrobe off the same wall, which is very helpful for some stages, and in fact required for some stages. In fact, there's a stage in the first world that requires you to wardrobe off the first wall, which is like crazy. It's almost like you can almost recreate most of Super Meat Boy in Mario Maker with the New Super Mario Bros. U style. However, not really the best idea. I mean, I did try. Lord, did I try making my own 720 level. Put in dev shortcuts like a pansy. Didn't even get that much level on it. I remember sending that level to a streamer who was playing the level, and she was like, kind of a casual in terms of skill level. So I felt really bad watching her beat the level. But I don't even think she beat the level. She got decently far, and I think she reached a tech point, but I don't know why. But then the level got taken down by something. I don't know exactly why, but it was just removed from the world of Super Mario Maker 1. It's a bit silly, but hey, life is life. Come on. Hesitation is necessary for the nation. But not all the time. It's just sublime when you resolute yeah. What? Can you speak? Yes, maybe. I don't know. It's Super Meat Boy. Why do I do full game runs of this game? Here's why. There's a lot of things that are just dumb to finish. Dude. Like stuff like this and some of the bandages, especially some of the bandages in Dark World Chapter 5. Yikes. No! Come on, kid. You're a good double jumper. You know how to do it. Make your double jumping father guy proud. Like, there's some other things I could... Like, I could have possibly been like, hey, glitch level 3 for... Yeah, Chapter 3's glitch level could also be a contender because that's a glitch level I have trouble with. Because it's silly, but... You know, I went for the returning challenge of 720x if I do beat this, and I'm content with doing that. But then again, it requires me beating this part first. I want to know, in editing, like, the complete split between how long an episode takes, or how long each of the stages took me. Because I have a feeling that the first didn't take me too long, then the second took me decently longer than the first, and then now. Whatever, 20 minutes in now, 23 I think I saw out of the corner of my eye, but I can always just be like, yo, I can check my watch, but I don't want to waste time. Silly. Perhaps I need to shut up for a little bit. Perhaps the music needs to be jamming. If I jam to the music myself, then maybe I too can be a true winner in the end. Yikes. Yowza. Alright. I'll give it a couple more deaths, and if I don't make it in a couple more deaths, then we're going to get some silent runs. Okay, 2 more. And if there's a silent run, then it'll depend on just full concentration. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Except no. There you go. Alright. Oh shit, I forgot to pause the thing, but okay. 39 minutes left. Don't go back to chapter 1, you idiot. Alright. Okay. We go back to Cotton Alley. The best world in the game. The one. Tomminess. Here we have 720x to do again. Just to finish off. 3, 2, 1, back again. Let's see if I can beat this as well. With some good music. It's weird to be staring at, like, not a single screen room anymore. Because all this is just a regular Meat Boyish thing where it's not a single screen. Just going straight downwards. It's nostalgic almost, trying to beat this level again. Because it's all about actually making it. And timing when to jump. No, it wasn't going to make it that second time. It's all about getting close enough to the saw blade to jump it, but then these moving ones are kind of tricky. Because, believe it or not, they're moving. So they are ridiculous. Doink. If I remember correctly, it was like, what, 8 deaths in the first Gauntlet video that it took me to beat Cotton Alley 720x? And it's already past 8 deaths, we can tell you that for sure. But hey, the kid's over with. Instead we're playing as Bandage Girl, which is only available... Jeez, I have the best memory. Or best vocabulary. Bandage Girl is only available to play in World 7. And I believe there are some ways you can get Bandage Girl other than that, but I think that just might be Steam exclusive with the level creator. But I don't know, I mean, there's technicalities with characters you can still play as in the Steam version because I think you can type into the keyboard a certain kind of code. I forget what the codes are exactly, but I know the pedophile one and not Tofu Boy. But there's one that you can type in that allows you to play as Brownie, which is fairly interesting. But yeah, other than that, there's not really any other... there are other special characters you can play as. I know you can unlock the feeders again. It's much like the first Super Meat Boy. Instead, you actually have to type in a code. Because in the first Super Meat Boy, you lock him by getting enough bandages, and he was pretty cool to play as, I suppose. Just playing as the antagonist, just like, wowzers. Jesus hate Christ, meat Bandage Girl. You know how to play video games, right? Just jumping over these. And then things get real easy after this, supposedly. So it's a case of actually getting there. Then I overshot it. How was I to suspect that I overshot something like that. This is the kind of challenge I was expecting from the very first time. However, it didn't happen the very first time, because I pulled it out of my ass like a villain. Just crazy stuff. Alright. So much for like the silent runs for the Kid Warpzone. Gee willikers, can I beat it in time? Probably not. Let's just align myself on the beanbag here and get ourselves going. I'm just thinking now about the very next Gauntlet video feed, because that might be kind of the one thing that'll be the most interesting to watch, because it is one of those games that people really love to just watch other people and try and backseat whenever you're playing in a room with a bunch of other people, because everyone knows how to play it and how they would do it and all that stuff. But you know, Tetris is a Tetris, and it's gonna be fun. No, it's not Tetris 99, as funny as it would be. I mean, if I had the planning stages for the Gauntlet 2, like, set a lot later, like in February, then I could have maybe put Tetris 99 in the runnings for the videos to do. But, however, instead of that, I chose a decent Tetris game as a substitute, which is Puyo Puyo Tetris, which I'm fine with, because that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get a Switch, because I heard about Puyo Puyo Tetris and I was like, oh shit, dude. That's like the two things that I played on my DS, both at the same time. It's great. And then I was excited for that, and then it was like one of the launch titles, and I recorded the first impressions video of the adventure mode, but never did release it. Oh well, it's not like it was an interesting video anyway, but hey, that adventure mode was kind of fun. It had some silly dialogue, especially you Shazo, or whatever your name is. But hey, Super Meat Boy is now, and it's platforming with pink grill. Jesus. Come on, dude. You're playing a dangerous game, which is why there's so many soul plates around the world. Come on now. Alright, I suppose it's about that time to do some silence. We'll give it a minute. Nope. I give it one thing, this substitute Dark World Cotton Alley song, pretty decent. It's, again, it's not like it's gonna be on the tier of Danny B's soundtrack, because he does some great work. Yeah, it's decent enough. It's a decent replacement. I like it. So I jumped too early there. I knew for certain that I was in too early jump. Okay, that's another thing too. Like every now and then, I'll get to like the very end of these columns and then slide back, and then I immediately grab onto the column wall. And it's like a cool shortcut maybe, but I can't get it consistently. Because most of the other times I just either stop short like there, or I hit the other wall. The other wall is like the most likely thing. Oh, that was a way too bad of a stop short there, but no. Something tells me that that wouldn't have worked anyway, because it would have gone straight back anyway, so I didn't have the time to jump for it. Same situation there. This is a good way to spend the time. What, an hour, you say? An hour? Wow. Yowza. Here we go. No, we don't. It is always this part here. Like, this is the part that I always imagined would be the part that would have given me the most trouble if I did this the first time. In the first Gauntlet, but yeah, just a case of getting it done real quick and knowing when to pause and all the other stuff for the other kind of thing. See, there's that shit grip there. Nope. None of this is true. Why is this happening? Super Meat Boy. Wait. Come on! That was silly. Come on now. Bandage girl. You're better than this. You're better than every... I slightly panic every time it happens, except it's easy to get slightly panicked over things, but they're manageable. My eyes are twitching, like, slightly. Don't get me. I had to scratch my chest. There was an itch. Come on. Yeah, I know Johns and all that shit, but come on. I can't deal with this. I don't want to complain. Complaining is like my least favorite thing to do. Okay, let's keep moving. We'll keep moving on. Hey, now, stop it. No, I wasn't gonna make that. I could have tried for it, but that was a bit too stupid of a time to do that, so that was about what I expected. Death count for this video is gonna be fun. My eye's still kind of twitching. Wait for that. Nah! Come on. After these short hops is the easy part. It's like dumb. God, imagine 720X in Super Mario Maker. Like, that would be true pain. That's why I remember the first 720, because that was a simpler time. If only I was able to make it better, but hey. I mean, Super Mario Maker 2 looks fun. We don't have much information on it, but I'm excited for Super Mario Maker 2 because, well, it's just gonna... It's basically Mario Maker again! And Mario Maker 1 was fun the first time, so why not do it a second time? And as well as having the chance to do things. I mean, I fully expect it's going to be kind of like a shared between the two different versions of Mario Maker 1 for the Wii U and the 3DS, respectively. Where you can not only upload stuff to the worlds for like all of the world, like course world shit, but I also expect that you can share your courses locally with other Switch systems, much like what the 3DS version did. Which, that seems like the most likely, but I don't know. No one knows at this point. No one knows at this point of the April 9th and all that shit. But hey, April's a month, isn't it? Okay. I shouldn't make jokes, because apparently they're my kryptonite for 720X. Damn you, Cotton Alley! You're a cotton and also an alley! Why must this be? There. Then jump to that. Okay! That was too close. That was all too close. There we go. That's Super Meat Boy! And hooray for it being the first one that we did. Look at that guy standing up there like he broke, or that girl even. All these deaths here. Like, wow. Yeah. I was just taking over the notes to see if like I could really like go into more detail on some of the facts, but hey, you know, I already covered like the best of all that was really needed for the kind of stuff that was happening. But hey, you know, that's a video. That's the first win for a challenge. I don't know. I mean, I'm still recording these in order, so it's fun to watch the rest of the other stuff, as well as doing some of the later stuff as well, because it seems really fun. But for now, that is Super Meat Boy 720X, as well as the Kid Warpzone. I will see you in the next Gauntlet feed, which is Puyo Puyo Tetris 25 versus Endurance. See you then.